Gino and Jasmine were very gorgeous when they debuted in Season 5 of 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days, Gino is a strange individual who insisted on being recognized by his hat at all times. When he showed them pictures of Jasmine and disclosed their intention to tie the knot, they were overjoyed. Ultimately, based on the images, Jasmine seems to be a beautiful woman who isn't interested in Gino. They were worried that Jasmine may use Gino as a gateway to enter the US because she was coming from a Latin American country. Fortunately for Gino, their first assumption proved to be incorrect. Even though Jasmine and Gino make an unusual couple, their eccentricity works incredibly well when things are going smoothly. When things were first revealed on the reality show, they were immediately incredibly toxic. Jasmine was in charge of Gino's interactions with women. He was not allowed to leave the house without first calling her, and she would get upset if he seemed to be being unduly gentle with a woman he chatted to. Viewers readily took Gino's side because of Jasmine's jealousy due to her unbridled wrath, which was a serious issue. However, Jasmine's perspective changed at the end of the season when she learned that Gino had sent his ex her nude images. Undoubtedly, the outburst will go down as one of the worst in 90 Day Fiancé history, with Jasmine crying, screaming, and yelling for a legitimate reason. It was reasonable to believe that their relationship was over following the violent confrontation, which is why their reunion with Before the 90 Days was so shocking. Even though Gino and Jasmine were able to avoid this grave transgression, more was about to occur. After the incident involving the nude photo, Jasmine's job as a teacher was terminated. Since he was the one who made her lose her job, Gino decided to help her pay for a new apartment. Although Jasmine chose a home that was beyond his budget, she neglected to disclose that her ex-partner, with whom she remained close, also in the same building. However, her relationship with her ex went too far when she decided to get butt implants with the money Gino given her for a wedding dress. The dress money was not enough to cover the whole cost, so she begged her ex for the remaining cash. Understandably, Gino was furious to learn this, yet the transgression also seemed to atone for Gino's first mistake. It seemed like things were finally falling into place for them once they made it down the aisle. Couples Tell All's 90 Day Fiancé is the best show of the season. Viewers witnessed the couple's reactions to their comments and actions during the photo session. It also allows the production to present previously unreleased content, the majority of which defame one or more people. This season's Tell All is so extraordinary that the surprises have already surpassed those of prior seasons. One of the main points of contention between the two of them is what Gino does while Jasmine isn't present. Prior to her departure for the US, Jasmine made a vow to Gino that she would not have a bachelor party. Gino did not want to miss this historic occasion, so he went to the celebration held in his honor. Gino was spotted at the start of the season having a rather laid-back time at the strip club. When Jasmine found out about the party, she was angry despite his modest actions, but her anger decreased when she got her act together and realized she still hadn't told him about the sources of funding for her butt implant. He was adamant that he had not touched a stripper, even though he had. The depth of his moving performance went unnoticed by the audience. As the video started to play, Jasmine was a mess, even though the tell-all was already tense. Unseen footage showed Gino violently touching the nude dancer several more times and hugging her. Robert and Sophie, a different pair, watched the movie and observed that Gino is smiling as Jasmine sobs next to him. Jasmine eventually sobs and walks away, telling herself, "I didn't do anything wrong." The dancer Daisy then takes the performance a step further by commenting on Gino's behavior the night before his bachelor celebration. Honestly, given Jasmine's actions, I think it's crazy that Daisy was asked to speak. Even while Gino used to respond more angrily to Jasmine's outbursts, it appears that their numerous disputes have lessened Gino's emotional sensitivity, at least when it comes to their issues with intimacy. Gino's ability to keep a close relationship with Jasmine has been hampered by his feelings of inattentiveness toward her as a result of her earlier comments regarding his manhood and their relationship. Gino most likely still has the concerns she created by implying that he isn't as amazing in bed as her ex, even after she apologized. Gino used to be a worrier, but Jasmine's jealous and possessive behavior throughout their relationship has made him callous, which is a big problem for their union. Jasmine's reaction to the secret. Film may seem exaggerated to some, but it truly originates from her own fears. Gino's early betrayal of Jasmine by giving his ex pictures of her in her underwear exacerbated the pain she was already going through from previous adultery. Because of Jasmine's behavior with her own ex, Gino likely feels less of a man, which undermines their closeness and diminishes Jasmine's self-worth. Prior to the tell-all, the couple had problems, but they have since blown out in front of one another and themselves. At their best, Gino and Jasmine form a cute, if quirky, couple, so it's tragic that they are on this disastrous path after they jointly paved a trail of misery. They may be able to overcome their worries and repair their relationship since there is love there,